How y'all doing? It's Judge Lynn, and I come to you from a place that implicates not all my failures, but a number of my current failures and current successes all at once. One of my problems is my house ain't clean, and uh, ain't got no light. My light bulbs burned out, and my son got me new ones, regular bulbs. Hey, what is it? Not nine, nine. They still having a power struggle. Don't start nothing. Don't start nothing. I see you over there. Hey, we gonna get to arguing? Anyway, discipline the children. This implicate that I'm here because this is the only place that I could get sufficient light because I have the windows open to my front yard, and so I can get sufficient light. Now, typically I don't like to come to you from here because this place is a hot mess. I mean, a hot mess. Hot mess. This is my dining room. Hot mess. But it's my what do you call it? It's my workout room. Not workout. My work room. It just happens to be in the dining room. And don't nobody come over anyway, so just y'all. And y'all already know cleanliness is not ain't nothing gross going on, but I live a scattered existence with a kind of like a chaotic, one project to another kind of person. And if you put everything away, then you have to take everything back out and you can't find anything. And I'm always this and that and the other thing. But anyway, here I am from a place where it just implicates a whole lot of things. Why won't I get the light bulbs put in? My son's bought them. I should put them in. Two, I could buy a light or, from Amazon or something. Haven't done that. I'm a little worried that I'm being lazy. I really, really am. And then, not only that, I think I've broken a lot of my mother's rules of late. For instance, the other day, somebody said something to me that offended me. And I cannot stand that. Not that that person had the audacity to say something that offended me, but that I felt offended. My mother used to be just dead on that issue. She says you got to know how to take a hit. That's what she always called it. You got to know how to take a hit. And there's only two ways to take it. Is it as the truth or is it not the truth? If it's the truth, then, and you didn't know that, then whoever told you that did you a favor because now you know something about you that you didn't know or acknowledge before. And if you did know about it, then what you upset for? You knew. For instance, some lady years ago tried to insult me because I went to Harvard undergrad and I went to Penn Law, even though Penn has more multimillionaires. It's an Ivy League school, multimillionaires than any school. I think I read that somewhere. I'm not really sure. I shouldn't pass along information I'm not sure of. I apologize for that. But anyway, and I only got into Penn Law, Ivy League school, and we were sitting at a table, and the lady was talking about it. My mother was like, "Yeah." I'll tell you why she didn't get into Harvard Law. She went to school, never went to class. She goofed around. She played around. She was having fun. She was never doing her laundry. She was a big blob of nothing in college. She said that to that woman. And then after we going on, and I said, "Well, Mom, you really went in on me." I didn't mind though when Mom went in on me. I said, why, He said, well, she goes, "Well, is anything I said not true?" And I said, "Well, no, it was all true." I said, "What's your problem?" And I said, "Yeah, but why'd you say all that to her?" I said, "Because she was trying to insult me. And it's no fun being insulted, trying to insult people who can't get insulted." So I was having fun, and that's not for nothing, Lynn. I know what her children did. Neither one of them went to an Ivy League school at all, and neither one of them is a doctor or a lawyer. And both of my kids are. So I just, not going to have it. And so I was like, okay, fine. And then I remember So it was true that I was a bum. So you can't get excited about that. And if it's not true, why would you care? You know, uh, you worked really hard and uh, you worked really hard and you couldn't do a good job. Somebody could say that to me about something, about get college, law school, all of that, but I didn't work hard. And so it's not true that I worked really hard and didn't get anywhere. I didn't work hard and I got somewhere. So I can't be mad at somebody who tells me because it's not true. Now, unless the person who is telling you something about yourself that is not true has some kind of power to exercise over you, then that's a whole different thing, you know. If the cops. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. But most of the time when we get insulted, we're insulted by people that don't matter. You know, they just don't matter. And my mother never allowed me to get excited about that. It made her mad. Not right now. In a moment. get mad at me. But anyway, I got insulted by somebody, something somebody said. I ain't gonna tell you what it was, who it was. It wasn't online, anything like that. It was out in public. That's what happened. I don't want to go out in public. That's part of my problem too. I probably have been home. You know what? I think I just hit on something. I've been spending so much time at home alone. I have forgotten how to float. You know, you ever have to, sometimes in public, you just got to float. You know, stuff is going on. You could get involved. It's a problem. You can get mad. You get excited. You can get all. Because I used to be a cranky chick. But after a while, you learn to float through it. Oh, look at all of this. My youngest son can float. He don't get excited. That's the man you go to in a crisis. It's the youngest one. Well, number one and number two and number six are your best crisis managers. You got to know what your children are good at. But six, I mean, when the you know what hits the fan, my man gets calmer and calmer and calmer. He's kind of like his daddy, like that. The bigger the kerfuffle, the cooler he is. And then when my husband died, he's the one that drove me to the hospital. He drove me home. He hooked up, he just made sure everything happened okay. And I don't know if he cried or not. He went off after he got home, but he never dropped his chill, even when I was on the float in the back. And I was on the floor in the back of the room. I don't know how or why I got there, but let's pull it back. And that's another thing. And that's another thing. You know, you got to watch your superlatives and you got to watch your words because you can talk yourself in and out of all kinds of moods. You know, you start swirling a drain of something that didn't go right, and then the next thing you know, you're all wet with worry. Let's not do that. Let's not go there. Your life becomes what you focus on. And I'm always focusing on problems. And I'm always focused on problems that I don't even know I have. Oh, stop it, stop. It's photo booth. I don't understand that with that. Someone told me the other day I've been getting cranky, and I believe I have. So I got to do something about that. I quit Pilates because they never have the time spot I want, and I hate that parking lot. And I have dollhouse stuff on my treadmill, so I might have to do something about that. But anyway, Be slow to anger. We all got a boatload of crap we're trying to get through. Be slow to judge people stuck on the side of a mountain you haven't been required to climb. It just, be slow to get insulted. Because most times it ain't worth it. Under your skin is sovereign country. Don't go handing out passports all willy-nilly to people who don't belong there. Do you belong under my skin? Do you? Do you? Do you belong under my skin? Is that where you should be? That can never get under my skin. Well, he did the other day when he did that other thing, and then I don't know why. I honestly think that dogs protest poop sometimes when they get mad at you. It's a personal thing. The dog I had before these two tests, who was, I think I got her too soon after Eric died. And I think I downloaded great swaths of hysteria on her. Dogs are very sensitive to that. And I don't know, she was a rescue, and so I don't know what kind of past she had. But her, I was just downloading crazy. I could never potty train the dog. Never. I had it for a year. I had 4 trainers. I had a guy that trained wolves, was the only one that could do anything with her. But when he wasn't, we would test with him, she was just like a nightmare. One time she got out of the house, and I had on my jammies, and I never buttoned my jammies up. And I know it was like in the evening, and I had opened the door, I don't know, probably pick up an Amazon package because I was doing some serious retail therapy back then. And she got out in between, and she goes running towards this man and their dog, and I come busting out of there. My shirt flies open, but I'm just a-hauling. And I run in, and thank God, dude in the car was paying attention, because the dog went by. I'm coming after him. He slams on his brake. I turned, gave him a very beautiful picture, turned around, and the other guy said, "Where's the owner?" And I'm like, it's not like I did it on purpose. This was my comment. It's not like I did it on purpose. And I grabbed my zip, and I grabbed the dog, and I ran back inside. That's the kind of crap that happens to me. Because I'm ridiculous. Gonna start buttoning up my jammies. Stupid story. But it's the most fun I've had all day. Y'all have a good one. Bye.